This video highlight is brought to you by our wall of famers who make it possible for me to carve time out of my very busy real life schedule and do what it is that I love to do. Be with you. Thank you. Oh, this is from tenpoundfortytwo. Hi, everybody. Welcome to DG360. Listen, if you like chilling here, whether you're on the live stream or you're watching on YouTube, take some time, push the like button, share the content, do a solid for me, would you? Like, support the show, like it. When it hits YouTube, push the thumbs up. That would be very much appreciated. Like, we all take the time out to just have some fun. It's like, come on, appreciate that shit. Like, it's very rare on the internet already. Push the goddamn thumb and help out DG360, for God's sake. Now, let's watch tenpoundfortytwo with an interesting title here. Star Citizen's open development is dead. Well, I mean, listen. For right or wrong, people are upset. It's a time issue, right? We've already talked about this in great length, literally like 10 minutes ago. I'm not going to go down this path again. You can find on another highlight, right? But they are kind of shutting down the transparency because they're like, there's so many people that are like pissed off that they're like, fuck this, right? So, I mean, like, this is what happens when you're at $1 billion of fan funding. Like, this is the most interesting thing that people don't get. When you're starting out and you get your first 10 milli and then you go to 20 milli and then you're like cruising and you're like, oh, okay, we got something here, right? And then you hit that 100 milli mark and then you're like, whoa, we're on another level, right? But then when you get like 200 million, 300 million, 400 million, 500 million, and you're cruising up towards a billy, like a full billy, things start to change radically. First off, there's a lot more people involved, okay? This blew up. This done blew up, got really big, okay? Like, so the people that are still around, like myself and the OGs that are still in this, that remember when this was like just this small group of people, it has literally like exploded cosmically. So we are on another level right now. So they're hitting the billy mark and they're like, listen, we're tired of you guys getting the pitchforks, and we've been through 7 waves of this shit. Like, Chris and Jared and the OGs at Cloud Imperium, they're just like, listen, we're done tired of the waves of pitchforks and torches. So you guys, we're probably not going to put as much content out. And, that, unfortunately, is actually what happens with successful projects, right? I would still say they're fairly more transparent than a lot of other developers out there. Wouldn't you guys agree with me? Maybe I'm wrong about this, but I'm kind of curious what you all think watching tonight. Don't you kind of agree with me? I have to think that even at this stage where they're not being as transparent, I would still say they're more transparent than any other game development company out there, no? So, just a thought. What's up, Tawa? Good to see ya.
If you've ever watched any official content about Star Citizen, there is a good chance you would have heard the phrase open development.
Well, now you know it's really open development.
Open development.
Open development.
I thought this was open development. Why can't he show? What about open development? I'm like, what about surprises?
Open development.
Maintain open development.
We have a very open development.
It's still part and parcel of open development and the Star Citizen process to show how our developers work, and as much of their process.
Now it's just like half closed kind of development, okay? When you get towards a full billy. Listen, don't be so upset, everybody. Listen, when you get to the full billy, it's not like the door is wide open anymore. It's like half open. You got to kind of like take your head, like peek around the corner.
As we can.
Since the beginning of the project, there has been this idea that CIG were going to do many things differently, which they obviously have. One key aspect was that they were going to show people behind the scenes, show a level of insight into game development that no other company
Well, that's
has.
awesome, Tawa.
There are many
aspects
of this project that deserve criticism, but for many years, CIG have shown behind-the-scenes footage of devs working and explaining what was going on with the project. Many other companies do share their plans by maybe dropping a video update a few times a year, or by writing a post or sharing a roadmap, but none has shared quite as much as Star Citizen has.
Truth.
weekly pre-recorded shows and live streams, yearly conventions for a game in development, a roadmap that was at one point fairly extensive, and loads of developers posting on the game's forums. But over the last few years, open development has started to feel, well, less open.
And I told you why. I mean, like, there's your answer. I mean, I'm telling you why right now. This is why. Chris
Roberts, Lord of Star Citizen and Squadron 42, has appeared less and less on video content, and now really only communicates through rare written posts, letters from the chairman. That roadmap that I mentioned, well, it was gutted a couple of years ago. There was a little problem that kept happening every time.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Roxy. And there's plenty of assholes out there. Don't worry about it. Some assholes are funny assholes. Some assholes are just assholes. Right? Like, don't worry about it. Assholes are going to be everywhere, Roxanne. The world, unfortunately, there's a lot of assholes. Don't worry about it. You can't focus on the assholes, Roxanne.
It's delayed or removed from the roadmap. It caused community uproar. And eventually, CIG came to the conclusion that it was just causing more hassle than it was worth. So, instead of a release view that looked a whole year ahead, the current roadmap only looks at the next immediate patch. And so for
I mean, I told you guys why the roadmap's here. The roadmap's here because there were many waves of people with pitchforks and torches. And so they said, okay, let's put these roadmaps out in this style, in this format. This is going to be manageable. And, you know, frankly, everybody goes over it with a fine-tooth comb. And that's some channels literally thrive off of only doing roadmap material. Me, I just take a big step back. I play the game. If there's progress and I'm having fun, I say, cool, those are the two components I need to keep playing. And then the big picture is, can they do what they need to do with server tech to actually make this a whopping crazy success and make it the scale that everybody imagined since the very inception of this?
This is the project. It's hard to know what to expect more really than a month or so into the future. And then to the big change this year, CIG's video content. Like I said, for a long time, CIG's video content was very frequent, often multiple things in a week. Backers of the game were constantly fed information and insight into the project in order to keep them engaged and excited about what was going on. Let's let Jared Huckabee, also known as Disco Lando, explain the history of Star Citizen's pre-recorded shows.
ISC began in April of 2019. And since then, we've managed to tell a variety of different stories about more aspects of game development than you're probably likely to find anywhere else. That's 200 episodes so far, including the one that you're watching right now, with no plans to stop or slow down in the future. But this journey didn't start in 2019. That's because ISC is only the latest form of a program that's nearly as old as our project. Before then, we were proud to bring you Around the Verse, the talk show at the end of the universe. First created by Ben Lesnick and Sandy Roberts and hosted by an entire cavalcade of CIG developers filling in here and there, with segments that sometimes spawned into their own series like Bug Smashers, Lore Maker's Guide to the Galaxy, Ship Shape, and more. That was 228 episodes filled with a whole bunch of people that may not have always known what they were doing behind and sometimes in front of the camera, but doing everything we could to entertain, inform, and simply showcase the folks who make these video games that we're working on. But even they built their legacy on our first weekly behind-the-scenes talk show created by Eric Peterson and Michael Moreland called Wingman's Hangar, with Hangar with 2 A's. Old heads will know. 72 episodes.
I mean, look at this, right? Look at the background. This is great. This is nostalgic right now, man. It's crazy looking at this. Now look at this. Ready? Boom. Look at that studio. You see, that's called hitting towards a Billy, everybody. You see, this is pre-Billy. Okay, pre-Billy. Almost to Billy. You see the difference? Like, this is what I'm trying to get across to you. I don't even think we need to watch the rest of this video. Okay, I think I've explained the entire reason why within the first, no offense, 3 minutes and 32 seconds from tenpoundfortytwo. I love tenpoundfortytwo's excitement and his reporting and his focus on computer components with games that you're playing. It's wonderful. He's super technical. Dig his content, but like on this one here, on this op-ed piece, I'm just telling you in 3 minutes and 32 seconds, the reason why open development is dead. And it's not dead, but it's almost a full Billy kind of dead, you know, which isn't dead. Like the door's not wide open anymore. The door's just kind of half closed and you just gotta kind of peek peek around it. Thank you, 10pound42. Dudes, what is wrong with me? Do you think like if 10pound42 watched that highlight and then saw the credit towards his channel, he'd be like, what the fuck? Like, he didn't even watch my vid.